welcome back. Today I'm taking a little vlog about the museum, Trivandrum Museum, that is in the heart of the city. So today I'll take you along to have a little visit to our museum and what all is there, the garden and the play area, the zoo and all that is there within this area, which is the favorite of Trivandrumites over here. So let's go and visit. Here we are inside the museum complex. The zoo and the museum complex occupies almost 55 acres of land. It is situated in the heart of Trivandrum city and has been a major tourist attraction for almost a decade for those people who have been visiting Trivandrum. And it's quite accessible actually. It's almost just 9 kilometers from the airport and 3 kilometers from the railway station. So you can easily get here by just booking a cab, or you can also take an auto or a bus. The museum was closed because of the pandemic and public was not allowed inside, but then just recently the museum is open to the public and people can come and visit the museum, but with very strict regulations. Every day, hundreds of joggers and fitness enthusiasts in the city visit the museum. They come here early in the morning or in the evenings for jogging and walking and doing their regular exercises. It's morning 9:30 now, and usually at this time this place has to be very crowded. But actually now, due to the current situation and all, and the museum has just recently reopened, we can find very few people over here right now. The museum building is surrounded by a beautiful garden, a lawn and a beautiful garden and play area. Usually people come over here in the evenings and early mornings to spend their time, to enjoy, to relax. So before we go and visit the museum building, we'll first go and have a look at the zoo over here. Yeah, this place also has a zoo, and one of the oldest zoos in South India, I must say. It is said to have been established in the year 1857 by the Maharaja of Travancore, King Swadhitirna Ramavarma. This is the ticket counter. It is 10 rupees for children and 30 for adults, and we were also charged rupees 200 extra for the camera. Zoo also has this battery operated vehicle, so if people doesn't want to walk throughout, they can pay extra and make use of this vehicle. The zoo houses a wide variety of species of wild animals and birds and reptiles. So come on, let's go and see what all we have here. I learned that the zoo has this policy of limited animals but giving them good adequate facilities. Here I couldn't help notice that these animals, these wild animals are kept in open enclosures, like in open spaces, like how they would have been if they were actually in the wild. The bear, the hippo and most of the other animals kept in the zoo are in open spaces, like they get that feel that they are actually in the wild. Here we saw a large number of deer. I mean, this whole area was filled with deers, and that too so many different species of deers. There was like sambar and the antelopes, and look at the spotted deer. Oh, he looks so cute. And this is the African Cape buffalo. There is also a very large collection of birds in the zoo, like the storks, the pelican and the herons and spoonbill and also cranes. And look at these ducks. There are also ducks and of course swans. It's so nice to see all of them in their natural surroundings. can also see different species of parrots and also exotic birds like the macaws and cockatoos and also ostriches. The zoo is really known for its breathtaking landscapes and all the greenery around. It looks so beautiful. No wonder it is one of the most beautiful zoos in India. And yeah, how can I miss the opportunity of getting myself clicked with this beautiful background? Look at the scenery, it's so beautiful. And this is the most frightening area. Here is the place where the leopards, tigers, and lions are kept. Just looking at them makes you tremble, seriously. No wonder these animals are called the king of the jungle. They look so ferocious. We even saw a white tiger. But it's sad to see that they are kept in smaller places, smaller enclosures than the other animals. But the lioness is out there free and sleeping away happily. And here we saw this peacock. He had opened up his feathers and was dancing so beautifully. We were waiting for him to turn so that we can see him properly, but then he was there busy pleasing that peahen over there, and we waited for such a long time, but then sadly he did not turn. This is the butterfly garden. There are almost 100 species of butterfly in the garden. And you can see a number of varieties of nectar plants also in the garden. This is a place where the reptiles are kept. Anaconda is the main attraction. There are many snakes and you can also find king cobra in there. And once we come out of the zoo, on the left side there is another building. This building is the Sri Chitra Art Gallery. It's a beautiful palace-like building and it's surrounded by this beautiful garden with lots of flowering plants and trees and all. Sri Chitra Art Gallery has a wonderful collection of artworks of Raja Ravi Verma and Roerich. It also exhibits a number of Rajput, Mughal and Rajasthani, Bengal and also Tanjavur paintings. There are also contemporary paintings by international and other Indian artists. And once we exit the zoo, you will find a KTDC restaurant where you can have snacks or other refreshments. This is a children's play area inside the museum compound, and it's filled with things for children to play like slides and swing and lot of stuff. And it's usually very crowded with children and their parents and everything. But now it's all deserted. It's not yet reopened after the COVID situation. So there's nobody. It's closed actually right now. This is the aquarium. It has over 15 species of fishes in there. It's quite well maintained space, quite interesting for children. So now we are walking towards the museum building. Before we go there, we'll just take a break, just sit for some time before we go and explore the museum building. This is the place where people come and relax after they are tired, after walking through all the places over here, the zoo, and after visiting the museum and all. If people want to come and relax, there are a lot of benches kept over here throughout so that people can come and sit and relax and enjoy their time. It's almost evening now, and you can see there are more families and children out there. This is the Napier Museum. It was built in the 19th century and named after the then Madras Governor General John Napier. This century-old building is the landmark of the city. It has a very unique design and it's very famous for its architecture. The museum houses a great number of artifacts like idols and carvings and weapons and old coins, and there's also a chariot in there. This place actually shows us a complete history of the region, and we can get to know more about the rulers of those times. It's actually a great place for history buffs. The visiting time for museum is morning 10 to 4:30 in the evening. Can you hear the radio broadcast in the background? This is coming from the Mandapam. This Mandapam was a special feature that was built for the Travancore Nair Brigade to perform on those days. Now people come here to meet friends and spend their evenings. This place has a very peaceful and serene atmosphere. There are also people who come here especially to listen to the radio. The Mandapam has inbuilt speakers, and the radio keeps on playing till late in the evening, I think around 9:30 p.m. And people keep listening to the radio. They like the programs that's been played over there. There are different programs like the general news, sports programs, agriculture news, and even old Hindi and Malayalam songs are also played. You can also experience a wonderful sunset from there. And on this note, I'm going to leave you with the image of this magnificent building and hope that next time when you come to Trivandrum, you won't forget to spend a day at the museum. So, please like and subscribe, and we'll meet in the next video. Bye.